Happy spring, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Short Attention Span webinar. Bill Farquharson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I like this.
I'm like, wait, all of a sudden I have to do work now.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
This is crazy.
I
So
like.
this is really just our backup in case you ever get sick, right, Bill?
Wait, ever.
Yeah. So today we're talking about spring cleaning, and I'm luckily getting to avoid that at my house this year, because I'm going to be covered in babies, but all the rest of us are going to be doing some spring cleaning this year. So, Bill, what you want to start and kick us off on what kind of things we can do as salespeople to clear out the cobwebs and start fresh this spring?
All right. Well, number one is to clean your desk in your office space. And Kelly, there's something motivational about this. This sounds crazy, but when you and I talk about time management, this is one of the first things that we tell people to do
Mm-hmm.
is, clean your space, physically clean it, make a list, put things away, file things, throw things out, get out the Windex. You might even
Yep.
move things around, make it more efficient. What happens, the net result of this is you end up with a list of things to do and a lot of motivation. And I have no idea why that happens, but it works for me every single time. So,
Yeah, and it's also just you kind of get addicted to how nice it looks, and you also, again, you kind of make it kind of spiritual space too. When things don't look
sure.
so cluttered, you just don't feel so cluttered, and that's what's so magical about it.
Hmm. Come on, keep going. You got to be me today. Go.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm leading this. So, yeah, the next thing on the list is to make a list of your top 10 and your top 10. And I don't have any idea what this means. So, Bill, you have to
Oh,
talk
okay.
about this one.
All right. Your top 10 prospects, top 10 customers.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So this is something that I think I'm always shocked when customers don't have a really very specific pin in this, which is, pulling reports so that you know up to the minute who your top 10 customers are, because we want to be looking at them not only because they're our bread and butter and are most important to us, but you also want to look at those accounts based on last year's numbers too, to see if they're trending up, trending down, or being about the same. Because if it were me and I had a very large customer that was 30% down from last year, I would be all over that. And likewise, if somebody was significantly up, I'd want to know that too. And then the same thing goes for the prospects. We should always know who our 10 most important prospects are. I would print those up and put them right in front of my face on my
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
So, another great thing to do, going over old emails, not only does this help in terms of keeping your mailbox kind of clean and fresh, again, because we're talking about spring cleaning, but there's always something, the possibility that you could miss something. So I would want to go through old emails coming in and going out to see if maybe there's a quote I sent out that I forgot to follow up on, or a quote request, or an information request, or something. But the bottom line here is you would feel a lot better seeing 100 emails in your inbox as opposed to 1,000. So again, as Bill talked about when he talked about cleaning your desk and your office space and filing, the same thing should be true of your email box, that you should have folders created where you can put emails from specific clients away. And then again, if something doesn't belong, just delete it, get rid of it. So this, we actually, I think, didn't we just do a whole
Yeah,
short attention span webinar on this?
we did.
The 7-day change. I want you to talk about this one a little bit, Bill.
Okay. So, the idea here is if there's something going on in your life, your bad time management, not doing enough prospecting, something major, what we do is we say to you, look, we're going to propose that you spend a week with a plan to change that. So, one great thing to do in the spring is to commit to making a change, coming up with a plan, and spending 7 days improving it. Okay, so try time management, for example. Make sure you never leave today without having tomorrow planned. Do that for an entire week. Do it faithfully, religiously, and then at the end of the week, see what worked and what didn't, what kind of a difference that made. So, whatever, there's one part of your life you want to improve, come up with that plan and run it for just 7 days, a finite amount of time, just 7 days, and see what kind of difference you feel. That's the concept there, Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Good. This one I think is very important about really being able to articulate where we want to be and what we hope to accomplish in a given period of time. And again, I'm always kind of shocked that people don't have a clear picture of something, whether it's something specific at work, like I want to land an account or I want to, improve something about my work life, or it's I hope that my intention is that in 6 months I will have earned enough money to be able to put a down payment on a new car. We have to get real about why we work, what we're working for, what we're working toward, and and really put that picture in our minds. And in fact, you can take it one step further and actually put up a picture of something that represents that.
Right.
Do you ever do that, Bill? Do you ever cut out a picture of a new motorcycle or a new boat or something and kind of use that as motivation for yourself?
I have done both. I've done the boat. In fact, the current one of the backgrounds on my Macintosh is the motorcycle that I've got in my mind.
There you go.
Huge, huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. This is one of yours. This is one of yours, Kelly, right? Purging the bad habits you know you have.
Yeah, I think I mean I've been there myself many times in my career and know that I'm spending too much time talking to friends during work hours. I'm not
Mm.
focused enough. I'm not disciplined enough. And I really again I couldn't find the motivation at the time to, to really affect those changes. So at one point when I changed careers and I went to work for Canon Business Solutions, it was my opportunity for a complete and utter reinvention. I didn't give out my phone number to anybody. Nobody knew my work email address. And I said to myself, from this hour to this hour of every single day, I am 110%. I belong to Canon. I am going to do nothing but work and stay focused and stay crisp. And I tell you, it made a huge difference to me. And so I'm saying to all of you that I'm not suggesting that you change jobs. I'm just suggesting that if there's something about the way you're going about things that bothers you, whether it's you spend too much time at lunch, you spend too much time at the water cooler with colleagues, you don't respond to emails quick enough, you don't feel like you're honest enough with your customers when it comes to, delivering bad news about a job being late, whatever that is, get real about it. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to make this better. I'm going to do something different. And it will make a huge difference.
Well, this one's kind of related, isn't it? Find out what you're tolerating.
It is. Yeah, this is actually, I worked with an actual life coach several years ago, and there's a big, in the very beginning of the coaching process, there's a tolerating exercise where it talks about, I mean, and this can get into some really minute stuff about what, again, talking about your surroundings, talking about everything to do with your life. When I did it, there are some broken tiles in my bathroom that were making me crazy, and there was clothing in my closet that didn't fit, and I couldn't find my way to getting rid of it. Where it really is like, it doesn't matter how small it is. If something is bothering you and you're tolerating it, it's time to take action. And the action, again, just kind of creates this space for something new and something better. And so it's a very, very productive exercise to figure out, again, maybe your filing system isn't that great, or you haven't written a thank you note in 6 months, or you have a bad relationship with your CSR, whatever that is. These are
Mm.
things that it's time to address and time to take action on.
And this last one I love, and I'm not surprised this one also came from you. Learn something new. I love that.
Hmm.
And this can be any part of your life, right? This can be not just sales,
Absolutely.
but this can be a skill. This can be personal. But from a business standpoint, sales standpoint, I would think we'd want to make this advice to be skills centric. So, what are you not doing well? What do you need to do better? Closing, time management, beating objections. Come up with something new, whether it's a book, a CD, something that you can throw in your car and listen to on the way. Um, any others? Anything else
Yeah,
new
it
that
could
you?
even be something industry related. A lot of people tend to be a little nervous about some of the new technologies. So, if social media is a weakness, get on social media and start participating. If you're not really sure what a QR code is, learn what a QR code is. If you don't really understand how a web store functions because your company doesn't offer them and you've never seen one, find out what they are. This could be, I'm going to read one new case study on the Printing Impressions website every week. I'm going to follow Trish Witkowski's, fold of the week or
Mm.
whatever it is. I mean, there's always something new out there you could be learning. Because what Bill and I love to say is you don't know what you don't know. So, folks. is I'm going to wrap it up today and say thank you, Bill, for all your great ideas.
Thanks,
So
Kelly.
everybody get out there with your Windex, your mental floss, and clean it up.
Great.
Thanks, Bill.
Isn't it fun being me?
It is. I like being you.
All right, I like you being me too. This was I got my feet up. I'm drinking coffee. This is awesome.
Nice. Was that enough of a closing?
That was great.
Okay.
That was great. All
That
right,
was fun.
get rid of that one.